afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Toppa Field here in beautiful and historic Newport, Rhode Island for this non-conference soccer matchup between Salve Regina University and the Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts. Hello again and welcome. I am Andrew Pizzelli bringing you the call here this afternoon. Columbus Day matchup for the Seahawks with the Trailblazers of MCLA. Seahawks 10-0-2 on the season. MCLA 0-10-1 on the 2018 campaign. I'd like to welcome into the broadcast now my good friend Sal Gualtieri. And Sal, how are we doing here this afternoon?
We're good, Andrew. The end of a long weekend and the end of a long career for these 9 seniors for here at Salve Regina University.
Yep, senior day here for Salve Regina. Nat Crocker, Jimmy Dalton, Jordan Elster, John Julian, Evan Lasky, Richie Lester, Matt O'Donnell, Michael Payan, the keeper, and Connor Woods all comprised the Seahawks class of 2019. They were joined by their families on the field pregame for a special ceremony. Always a good time for senior day to reflect, maybe poke a little bit of fun at the members of the senior class, and all of them except for Evan Lasky due to injury in the starting lineup here today for this matchup with the Trailblazers. And we are just about ready to go.
Andrew, that ceremony really a culmination of the 4 years these players have been here, but also a culmination of the special season they've had. It's their last ride, and it's definitely been the best team since 2012 at least, which Craig O'Rourke describes as his best team. But this team definitely giving that team a run for their money, staying in at 10-0-2. And today will be a culmination of that this season and their careers.
So far, it's been a wire-to-wire season. We talked about last time when they were here against Johnson and Wales was the first time they trailed in a game all season, and they had to come from behind and ended up forcing a tie. Could have had a chance to win that game as well.
They came back twice late in that second half. A great performance from the Seahawks on that day.
Matt O'Donnell on the far side, trying to chip it down the far touchline. Jimmy Dalton picking his way, trying to turn the corner wide now. Exchanges places with Nat Crocker. Dalton in the corner, trying to move it to Evan McDonald. McDonald touched back up to Matt O'Donnell, dribbling inside the 20. McDonald has it poked free, and it's grabbed by the Trailblazers, and they'll move it out to midfield, grabbed by Medeiros. Michael Payan in net for Salve Regina. His 11th start of the season. He is 10-0-1. The only game he didn't appear in was that Johnson and Wales game. Nathan Reed got the start in that one. 40 saves on the season, a .071. .071 would be ridiculous. .71 goals against average with 6 shutouts on the year. And he will be opposed by Joven Nieves. Nieves made 2 appearances. This is his first start. He's made 4 saves and has not allowed a goal yet in his limited action. Richie Lester at midfield, fires it forward, grabbed by the Trailblazers, and they'll play it back to Nieves. And he will kick it out towards midfield, right to Richie Lester, pops it in the air. And now McDonald able to settle it down and go down the right side, leave it to the right side now. Woods trying to cross it in front, and Crocker has it just roll off his foot as he tried to one-time it to the net. Richie Lester with a drive and a save made by Nieves. And then Donald Igo fires it into the air and wide.
Igo, Andrew, with a hat trick over the weekend as well as an assist. And he took over the CCC lead for goals and points.
Yeah, Igo on an absolute tear. He was part of all 4 goals, as you said, for the Seahawks in that win over the University of New England. 4-1 victory.
The Seahawks currently sitting in 2nd place behind Endicott, but Endicott has played 5 games. The Seahawks have played 4.
John Julian will leave it across now for Noah Medeiros after the foul, and he will kick it right over to John Julian here on the near side. Julian looking to send it long and deep. Crocker there to head it, falls to the ground, and then is kicked out of trouble by Izajalo. Ball played all the way back to Michael Payan. Out to Julian. Matt O'Donnell able to sneak a pass through to McDonald, and it's squibbed Out of play off the foot of William Walkley. McDonald with time and space. Loops it down the field. Igo in a foot race with Ryan Winnick. Ball will go out of play. Seahawks will throw in.
Andrew, during the pregame ceremony, public address announcer Matt Hurd talked about John Julian's ability to play in.
Woods with a shot, and then he follows it up with a header, and he scores! Connor Woods with the left foot fired it off of Nieves, who made the save point blank. But then Woods right there to head it in, and the Seahawks take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Andrew, a one-man play there for Connor Woods. And the Seahawks taking just 3 minutes and 38 seconds into their senior day to get on the board.
4th goal of the season for Woods. And we'll get a look at the replay here. Woods with the first shot and then just elevating. Able to get to that one first.
Well, that 6'1" frame definitely helped him out there, getting up over Holvin Nieves.
Florent weaving his way, triple team. Matt O'Donnell cuts him off from the ball, but Florent doing a good job to battle back and retake the ball at midfield. And now plays it all the way across. Drop back off to Wazek. Nieves comes out to fire the ball out to midfield. Trailblazers were going in the wrong direction there, continuing to drop back with the ball. Here's Woods now, pressuring along the near side. Jallo trying to cut middle. Looking to get around Lester, plays it forward. Jordan Elster spinning to play it out to Jimmy Dalton now. He sends it back to Trailblazer territory. MCLA has it now at midfield. Off the head of Woods. Walkley now will try and track it into the corner. And the Trailblazers will keep it and throw in.
Seahawks, you mentioned, Andrew, with 9 seniors departing the Trailblazers, 9 freshmen. That's something to keep an eye on as both programs are going in obviously different directions this season.
Long lob in. Ball into the corner. McDonald and Medeiros converge on the ball. McDonald trying to spin his way out of the corner. Some fancy footwork here for McDonald along the near side, and then it's stripped and taken by DeRosia. Free ball for Crocker, and he sends it down the field and headed back to the keeper. Nieves will roll it out to the near side. Wanek plays it across to Rousseau. Ball in front of the Trailblazer bench now. Igo trying to strip it from behind, and he does knock it off the Trailblazers out of play. Ball along the far touchline, out to midfield, free for Richie Lester to move forward. Here's McDonald now, chipping it into space, trying to find Donald Igo. Couldn't thread the needle there. Sent all the way back to the Seahawks end of the field. Elster, hustling back, will play it to his keeper. Matt O'Donnell. Igo lets it go by, trying to find Dalton. Instead, it finds the foot of Rousseau, who moves it out to midfield. Now Nat Crocker. Touchback Donald Igo. Igo picking his way, recovering it. McDonald now trying to give and go to Igo, who heads it. McDonald Woods with a shot. He scores! 2 goals for Connor Woods here on Senior Day, and the Seahawks lead 2-0.
Andrew, a great run there by Donald Igo, weaving through a bunch of players, and his initial shot was blocked, but Woods at the right place at the right time for his second in the first 10 minutes.
And the first goal was just pure determination. That time, all skill by Woods, just able to pick the right spot to sneak that shot in.
And the second goal, almost as if he was rewarded for the first one. The hard work he put in. And the second one is he was just at the right place at the right time. And a quick 2-0 lead here for the Seahawks, less than 10 minutes in.
Isa Jallo trying to sprint away from Matt O'Donnell. Ball knocked away and given away to Elster now. Dancing on the far side. Dalton has it hop out of play off his foot. Trailblazers will throw in from the far touchline. Elster sends it long and deep. Back out to midfield. Igo sliding to knock it free. Trailblazers control. Elster comes to challenge. Ball left for Matt O'Donnell. Here's McDonald now. Lester is fouled out near the 35.
You wonder, Andrew, if the Seahawks are able to extend this lead, how long does Coach O'Rourke go with some of the seniors that are vital for the Seahawks going forward this season?
That would be interesting to see. I mean, we haven't really seen them in a situation at all this year want to let up. But I'm sure that'll factor in at some point. I mean, it's so early right now. I mean, not even 9 minutes gone. And we talked about that 2-0 lead, 2-goal lead is the worst lead to have.
It's the most dangerous.
Let's see what the Trailblazers can do to respond. Jallo will give it up to Junior Florent to lob in now. Off of Connor Woods. Igo now chipping back to Matt O'Donnell at midfield. Pressured from behind. Medeiros. Now O'Donnell into space for Nat Crocker. Left for Lester. And Dalton can't handle it on the far side. Missed his foot. And will get off the field of play.
Looks like the Trailblazers will make their first substitution. It'll be Matthew Bluetow, the junior forward.
They try to go to him right away. Elster there to knock it away. And Matt O'Donnell out at midfield. Drops it back to John Julian. O'Donnell spins it to the near side. Woods with both goals here for Salve Regina. Now McDonald trying to fight his way through two men, and he cannot. Out of play off the foot of Khalil Carré. Lester at midfield. Up for Donald Igo. And now Nat Crocker. Crocker walking ahead with space. Trying to find Woods, and he plays it behind him. It'll roll out of play. Trailblazers will get it back.
He had Woods the first time. And wanted to see if they'll try and get him his third here in this first half.
Woods shielding the ball, trying to get it to Crocker, knocked away by the Trailblazers. Crocker trying to catch up to Carré before it's played all the way across the field. Lester to intercept. Now O'Donnell. In stride for Dalton. And he's able to turn the corner on Walkley down the left side. Dalton now fighting his way, trying to roll it towards the net, and it's blocked out of play. Good job defensively there by Khalil Carré to catch up, get back into the frame, and poke it out of play.
Great work from Dalton there, Andrew, winning the corner and potentially giving the Seahawks a 3-goal lead here early as McDonald will approach the corner flag.
First corner of the game. Comes with 33-38 and counting to play. 2-0 Seahawk lead. McDonald's kick sails towards Woods, and he heads it wide and out of play. Trying to connect with Woods along the far bar.
Well, we had one hat trick on this field not too long ago.
And Matt O'Donnell. This has been much more home field for the Seahawks than their actual home field due to all the weather. Very comfortable playing here at Toppa now. Nat Crocker trying to get to the loose ball. Junior Florent fires it back out to midfield over the head of Bluteau. O'Donnell sends it across for Jimmy Dalton. And they rule a handball here.
Yeah, dude, the Seahawks haven't played a home game at Reynolds since their conference play opened up against Curry. Almost nearly a month now.
And after this, they hit the road for a while. Home against Gordon as Medeiros chases one back away from Bluteau, moves it to Payan, who punts it out near the 40-yard line. Controlled by the Trailblazers. It could be a while again before the Seahawks get to play on their quote-unquote home field. Played more games on turf than at Reynolds.
Especially with the tricky weather here in Newport, you just don't really know. But I'm sure the players and the staff as well will be just fine playing here at Toppa.
It's a beautiful facility. Salve football was here on Saturday, earning a 31-8 victory over Becker College. They'll have their senior day on November 3rd.
And they have a bye week next week as well.
Chance to rest up. And it's been a busy fall at Toppa. And this is one of the busier times of the year right now. You have all the fall sports in the midst of their conference action heading towards playoffs. You've got spring sports in their non-traditional seasons. Then you got winter sports starting practice. Our men's ice hockey team got on the ice for the first time today. So October, always a busy month. Elster kicks it high in the air. It twists out of play and hops into the stands. Approaching 15 minutes gone here in this match. 2-0 Salve. Connor Woods with both goals.
And we'll have two Trailblazers joining us. Mateo Wurtzberger and Ian Ford Hunt. Two freshmen.
Isa Jallo drops it back off. Hortazek playing it into the middle. O'Donnell there to knock it away on the far side. Looking to sprint left, trying to cut inside, and has the ball knocked away. Dalton there to grab it at the 30-yard line. Back to O'Donnell, trying to return to Dalton. Dalton will take it wide into the corner on the back foot, play it towards O'Donnell. Can't weave his way through two players. And is whistled for a foul. Trying to reach back with the foot and caught a piece of a Trailblazer.
It looks like he's shaken up down there, Andrew. Can't get a look as to who it is.
Matthew Rangel, freshman from Germany. Isa Jallo sprinting to the near side. Drops back off to Ford Hunt. Jallo again. Chased by O'Donnell. Dropped off to the back. Wanek. Rousseau. Out to midfield. Rangel waiting. Trying to send it forward. Into the attacking end. And now chasing into the corner is William Walkley. And Noah Medeiros there to shield him away from the ball and move it out to Nat Crocker at midfield. O'Donnell hops it to McDonald. Igo return to McDonald. Seahawks work it over midfield. And it goes out of bounds off the foot of McDonald.
Trailblazers, Andrew, have done a good job weathering the Seahawk storm over the past 10 minutes. Seahawks took that 2-0 lead early, but since then they've joined the game here and they've put the ball down and played, and the Seahawks haven't generated many chances since that second goal.
The ball finds McDonald in the crowd. He boots it into the air and then is grabbed by the Trailblazers, who send it out to midfield. Turning now, Lester leaves it for O'Donnell. O'Donnell tackled from behind. A good strip there by the Trailblazers, and that was William Walkley. Not easy to get the ball away from the tricky O'Donnell. Nat Crocker in a collision, loses the ball. Crocker in space, able to deflect a pass momentarily. Ford Hunt along the near side, up to Jallo. He's a Jallo. Away from McDonald. Crocker and Woods there to get it away. McDonald leaves it for Woods again, trying to sprint down the middle. Igo trying to get it back to Woods, stumbling down the left side. Woods with the left foot plays it on the goal, and he scores! A hat trick in the first half for Connor Woods. Have yourself a day.
Great give and go there from McDonald, Woods, and Igo. You said it, Andrew, 19 minutes in, and Woods has 3 goals. And the second hat trick of the season here at Toppa for the Seahawks.
Woods almost lost it there, was kind of stumbling. And then again was just able to sneak it inside that far post. Had Nat Crocker there as well to clean it up if it were to have missed.
A big first half for Connor Woods.
Igo. Ball knocked away from Crocker. Pass from Wanek. Knocked away from Walkley. Out at midfield. Cody Faulkner now. Driving it toward the Seahawks zone. Knocked away by Medeiros. O'Donnell finds Lester. Julian trying to connect with Connor Woods, just out of his reach. So Woods matching his season output thus far for goals here in the first half, doubling up his numbers. 3 goals coming in, 3 goals here in the first half for Woods.
It's just been dominant from the Seahawks through the first 20 minutes. I spoke before the third goal about how the Trailblazers have done a good job weathering that storm after the 2 early goals, but not a minute after that, the Seahawks were able to strike again, and they're looking to go on the break once again.
Kick from Wanek intended for Igo, and he collides with Nieves, and they call the foul.
Good sportsmanship there from Igo, and a good idea from McDonald. And the second straight game for the Seahawks, getting a hat trick as well. This offense has been powerful through the first 12 and a half games.
Well, 43 goals now in 12 1/3 games, we'll call it.
No signs of letting up either, with the heart of their conference schedule approaching. As Owen Stevenson will check in for Nat Crocker.
And Nat Crocker gets a hand from the crowd. One of the Seahawks' 9 seniors. McDonald spinning his way through a double team now with a shot and a save by Nieves. Good job there to hold on to that one. It was a rocket off the foot of McDonald.
Great save by Nieves there with his knees, almost as if he was a hockey goalie there.
Squeezing the pads. His kick now sails to John Julian. Trailblazers recover, and now will look to build out. Ford Hunt moves it away from McDonald. Jallo can't handle it. Settled down at midfield by Khalil Carré. He chips it now wide into the corner. Elster there to grab it for Salve. Dalton to McDonald. Medeiros. Now Elster. Rolls it for Dalton. McDonald. Up to Stevenson. Igo now chipping it for Stevenson, able to accelerate to it in the corner. Drop back to McDonald. Touch to Lester. McDonald again with space. Walking it forward. Igo trying to get it back to O'Donnell and McDonald, and his shot that time not as hard and easily saved by Holvin Nieves.
Igo is the master of that give and go, Andrew. He's your ideal target forward for the Seahawks, and he gets it started for them. He's their catalyst up front.
And it's not just the physical ability, it's the mental ability to process the game and think 2 or 3 steps ahead and see where I can pass it, getting the ball back, and immediately just making that play. That's what a lot of young players do sometimes, is they read too much. They wait too long to make a play. They want to check, make sure that it's there, and then you miss the play. It's the veteran players that experience to just read and react and make plays instinctually.
He has the ability to keep it simple, and that's what you have to do as a target forward. Just 1 touch, maybe 2 touch max.
Woods neatly into space now for McDonald, and he's going to tangle with Dominic Maiello in the near corner. O'Donnell trying to pass it to himself, now to Lester at midfield, and a foul going against the Trailblazers, and it's Maiello who's a little shaken up here. And they do stop the clock. 21:16 to go here in the first half. Seahawks lead 3-0, and while Maiello is attended to, we will step aside. Welcome back to the field. Maiello was able to walk under his own power to the bench. Be a kick here for the Seahawks. Medeiros will be the one to take it. 2-man wall in front of him. Loops it into the box and touched first by the Trailblazers. Guerra just into the game trying to find Igo. Ball rolls off his foot and is taken by MCLA and sent out to midfield. Jordan Elster there to collect. O'Donnell trying to get it to Dalton.
Handball called on Dalton.
Matt O'Donnell. Trying to get around Jallo now. Sends it down the right side. Stevenson collects it onside, looking to dance in the corner. Stevenson run into. Not giving any ground, though, is Ford Hunt. In front, Woods with a drive and a save made by Nieves. Ball loose in front, another sliding stop made by Nieves as Stevenson looked to one-time it to the net.
Great save by Nieves there. He robbed Woods the first time of his fourth. And then Stevenson following up the rebound, and Nieves saving that one with his chest.
And now a corner. Guerra will be there to take it for Salve. Near corner right side. Guerra's kick sails all the way to the ground out high, and it's booted out near midfield. Julian there to head it away from Bluteau. Now Dalton catches up to it in the corner, looking to scoot the end line, and he'll go out of play. "19 minutes to go here in the first half. 3-0 Salve Regina. Every goal belonging to Connor Woods. Matt O'Donnell waits, trying to chip it and hit Igo in stride. Trailblazers there to knock it away. Stevenson coming from behind. Guerra there as well to try and knock the ball free. Along now for Woods, who's been the man with another shot and a save made by Nieves.
Great save by Nieves there, diving to his left and making the stop with his left hand. But Woods knocking on the door for goal number 4.
High hanging kick into the Seahawks end, knocked back by O'Donnell. Guerra. Now Lester slips it all the way back to Elster. Elster now carries forward across to Dalton in front of the Trailblazer bench. Out of the way of a double team. Here comes Matt O'Donnell now, dribbling his way across to Woods. Looking to dance with Ford. Down the right side, Woods takes it wide. Woods trying to poke it through to himself, and it's grabbed as it went out of play. Winek will hand off to Holvin Nieves for a goal kick. Kick rolling to the near side. Ford Hunt has it deflected out of play. He'll throw in now from the near touchline. All the way back to Ryan Winek. Pass intercepted now by Stevenson. Stevenson moving it into the middle to Igo. Back to Guerra. Guerra to Igo out high. Trying to track it down. Spins back middle. Now Matt O'Donnell pinching in. Chipping it wide. Woods trying to cross it in front. Loop towards the goal, and it's grabbed by Nieves.
Great ball from O'Donnell there. Threading the needle, finding Woods.
He's trying to get it to Dalton, who was crashing the net. There's been some big-time stops here in this later stages of the first half by Holvin Nieves.
He's keeping the Trailblazers in it still. He's made some crucial saves, like you said. He made one with his chest, and he made one where he dove about a foot to his left. He made a great save with his left hand. The freshman from Leo Minster, Mass.
Clock rolling, under 16 to play. Kick from midfield, sailing towards the goal, headed on the net, and Pion there to snag it. Best scoring chance of the game so far. for the Trailblazers. That was a beauty of a kick from just over midfield, finding its way all the way in front of Payan.
We haven't said Payan's name much, but a big save there from Payan.
It's been a very relaxed senior day for him so far.
I'm sure
he's been a fan, just like one of us, just watching Connor Woods do his thing here in the first half.
I'm sure he's not going to complain about that.
There's been a lot of games as a ball is knocked away from O'Donnell, and onside is Issa Jallo. Sprinting back as Medeiros. Jallo's shot is saved by Payan. Rebound loose on the ground, and Julian will come to grab it.
Great work from Payan there. Andrew was a spectator for the first 30 minutes, and he's made 3 crucial saves in the last 30 seconds.
Back come the Seahawks. Igo now into space, able to slide it wide. Can Woods catch up to it? Throws it towards the goal, and they're going to say that he was out of play.
And Igo trying to do a little too much there. A whirlwind of events there. The Trailblazers with a big chance to cut into the Seahawk deficit, and Payan making 2 big-time saves on the giveaway from O'Donnell.
Nieves' kick comes up short of midfield. Guerra there to knock it free. Guerra now towards Stevenson. And they're going to call a foul. It's on the far side of the field, outside the 18. See exactly where they put Matt O'Donnell here with Igo. Looks like to be a 3-man wall. O'Donnell fakes the kick. Now Igo rolls it to O'Donnell, and there to knock it away are the Trailblazers, who read that one well. Loose ball finds O'Donnell. Back to Medeiros at midfield. He puts it in the air, trying to find Igo. Igo there to head it towards the goal, and it's grabbed by Nieves. Ball down the left side from Franklin Cody, trying to get to Wurzberger. Julian to throw in for Salve. Trolls it in towards Stevenson, knocked away by Ian Ford Hunt. Wurzberger has it hop off his foot along the near touchline. With 12:44 and counting to go here in the first half, all Seahawks. 3-0 they lead from 3 Connor Woods goals here on Senior Day. Trailblazers have had a couple of chances here, though, in the last few minutes, making Michael Payan become part of the action. Wurzberger now across the field. Nick Castle. O'Donnell heading it away. Kept alive by the Trailblazers, though. Wurzberger, as he was about to shoot, intercepted by O'Donnell. Ball chipped into space now, and Medeiros holding it cleanly. Whistle at midfield, and the ball will belong to the Trailblazers with 11:40 to play in the half. MCLA will play it all the way back to Nieves. Near side now, Ford Hunt. Stevenson and Woods trying to converge there, and again they'll play back to Nieves. Low line drive. Headed forward, and then Medeiros there to boot it high in the air. Dalton skying to try and get to it. Knocked away from him at midfield. Elster trying to track it down. Cody Faulkner loses it out of play. Elster to throw in.
Number 18, Evan
Guerra in a fight for it, won by the Trailblazers. Ford Hunt spins a knuckleball forward, almost ran off of Elster. He's able to control it and get it to Julian. Now Matt O'Donnell turns and twists one down the near side. Racing to catch up to it is Stevenson. Stevenson looking to cut to the inside, now back to the right, dancing his way, throws it towards the goal, blocked in front, and got it away from trouble by Rousseau. And now Ford Hunt will send it long and deep and out of play.
Trailblazers, Andrew, have had immense amounts of trouble just getting the ball past midfield, having trouble building out from the back and just getting things started with the Seahawk front line pressure. It's been integral to their 3-goal lead so far.
O'Donnell has it knocked away by Franklin Cody. And they can't connect with Matt Bluteau. O'Donnell trying to juggle it. Now Woods in the air. Finds Stevenson. Loose on the ground at midfield, and it can be grabbed by Nick Castle. Rousseau's kick sails out of play. Grabbed by head athletic trainer David Cox. Moves it to Elster, and he tosses in for the Seahawks. Stevenson now stop and start on the far side. Leaves it in space. Guerra with a drive and a save by Nieves.
Nieves has been the best player so far for the Trailblazers. He's made some big saves, keeping the Trailblazers in this one.
He's been under assault from the get-go. Nine saves for Nieves. 14 shots for the Seahawks. 12 of them have been on the goal. Woods now chips it behind the net and out of play. .756 and counting. Here in the first half, Seahawks leading 3-0. Guerra trying to find Igo. Wurzberger hoops one into Seahawk territory, grabbed by Medeiros. Elster. Seahawks try to find Lester on the far side. Spins it into the middle. Guerra again to O'Donnell. O'Donnell trying to find Evan Hilby, who just checked into the match. Woods leaves it for Julian. Woods sneaks it through to Igo, wanting to one-touch it to O'Donnell down the near side. Knocked away by the Trailblazers and now sent in the air long and deep by Khalil Carre. Walkley trying to catch up to it and battle away from Elster. O'Donnell there to knock away the ball. To the left side now. Ball twisted into the box. Medeiros heads it away from trouble. And now Lester comes from behind and gets it away from Nick Castle. Colin Rousseau moves it away from Woods. Wurzberger moves it back to Rousseau. Sent in front, knocked away. Guerra there to chip it to midfield. Igo turns to run. Angles to the far side. Igo stop and start. Spinning on the far side, goes out of play, and they give it to the Trailblazers. Great work by William Walkley trying to keep up with Donald Igo on the far side.
Great work from Walkley there, but Igo is the second time he's trying to do a little too much.
Lester at midfield. Drops it all the way back. Woods didn't like what he saw and just plays it all the way back to Michael Pion. And now out to Medeiros. 5.5 to play in the first half. It's been all Seahawks, leading 3-0. Wanek knocks it away from Igo. Now Stevenson trying to pressure from behind, and he has the steal. Guerra with space, rolls it on the goal, and it's saved by Nieves.
Nieves' 10th save. Extremely busy first 40 minutes for him.
And his first start. Played 49 minutes in relief coming into today. Made 4 saves, did not allow a goal. He's allowed 3 here today. As you said, 10 first half saves.
Well, it's been tough sledding for the Trailblazers, currently on an 8-game skid. And they've scored just 2 goals during that skid, and they've scored 4 all season. The Seahawks with 3 in the first half, close to matching the season total for the Trailblazers so far.
This will be a kick from just over midfield, taken by Ryan Wanek. Left-footed kick. It's a good one. It falls down to the ground, and it's tangled up underneath Medeiros, and then Wurzberger sends it wide of the net.
And Connor Woods, first half hero with 3, will exit with 3:40 remaining here in the first half. And Rich Ventura, the freshman, will replace him.
O'Donnell. Igo trying to get it to Hilby. 3:20 and counting in the first half. Elster, long lob for Stevenson, knocked away out of play. Elster will try again from in front of the Trailblazer bench. Bounces it to Donald Igo. Guerra. Now Igo. O'Donnell pinching in. Guerra. Now Lester. Ventura, wide right side. Trying to work on Ford. Twisted on the goal, and it's saved by Nieves.
Good build up there from the Seahawks. Lester trying to get around Ventura for a nice overlap of Ventura cutting inside and having a go at the busy man, Nieves.
Ford Hunt heads it forward. Castle back to Ford Hunt. Sends it to the far side. Kick back to Ventura's way. Left on the ground now. Wurzberger sprinting to get it away from Lester. Castle touched back to Ford Hunt. Sends it in front, and Elster there to knock it free. Looking for a call. Bluteau was there in front to try and take the legs out from Elster. And now a long distance kick sailing towards the goal, and it's headed wide and out of play. Minute and a half to go here in the first half. Seahawks in the driver's seat, leading 3-0.
Jacob Stewart.
Nieves will grab the loose ball. And he will kick it away. Good kick. Julian there to touch it first for Salve. Guerra now to O'Donnell. O'Donnell stumbling his way through midfield. Hilby trying to turn the corner. Sprinting down the far side. O'Donnell there to recover at midfield. Trying to poke it away from Castle. Rousseau. His pass is intercepted by O'Donnell. 34 seconds to go in the half. Matt O'Donnell chipping it to Hilby. Stevenson. Hilby with it wide. Trying to sprint around Rousseau into the corner. Hilby pokes it to himself. Looking for space with 20 seconds. Stevenson out high to Guerra. Guerra with 15. Into the corner to Ventura with Ford Hunt in front of him. Ventura sending it to the top of the box. Headed by Hilby. Loose into the corner with 5 seconds. And that will do it for the first half, which belonged to the Seahawks and to Connor Woods. 3 goals in the first half for Woods on Senior Day. Sal, is there anything else we need to say other than that?
I don't think so, Andrew. A culmination, like I spoke earlier, from this team. And a very successful first half for Connor Woods, especially. And that's it. That's all there is to say.
Seahawks lead 3-0 over the Trailblazers. We will take a break. We have reached halftime here at Toppa Field on Senior Day for Salve Regina. We'll be back. Welcome back to Toppa Field, getting ready for the start of the second half between Salve Regina and the Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts. The Seahawks leading 3-0 here on Senior Day. 3 goals from Connor Woods is the difference right now. Andrew Pizzelli alongside Sal Gauteri bringing you the call. And Sal, anything more that we need to say about what the Seahawks did here in that first half? They completely owned the first half, and mostly Connor Woods, what a day he's had already on Senior Day.
Well, he's right in front of us on that left side, Andrew. Connor Woods. Senior Day is obviously extremely special, but for him to get a hat trick in the first half has got to be something he'll remember. Him and his parents will remember for the rest of his life. And the Trailblazers control at midfield. And that ball's played in, but Pine is right there to gobble it up. Pine had a little action with him. Seahawks had a change in net. Francesco Boncaldo, the sophomore from Holbrook, Mass. As the Trailblazers control at midfield, it's William Walkley. And Evan Hilby intercepts that as O'Donnell will regain possession as he finds Donald Igo. Igo finds McDonald. McDonald's pass is intercepted by the Trailblazers. And it's Garrett DeRosa. And he loses it to Igo. And Igo at the 40-yard line, he dumps it in the corner as Stevenson will battle with Ryan Wanek. And it'll go out of play and it'll be a goal kick. 43-20 remaining here in the second half on Senior Day here at Toppa Field. Seahawks with 3 first-half goals. That goal kick is won by McDonald, and he finds Igo. And Igo stopped, and that ball will go out of play. In between the benches, it'll be a throw-in for the Seahawks. It'll be John Julian. Julian showing his ability to play multiple positions as he sits in the center back spot, where we've seen him play the target forward position most of the season. As Evan Hilby intercepts that pass and he lets it roll, it'll go out of bounds and he'll find Nolan Marino, who gets his first action of the day, and he had a goal over the weekend. It's controlled by the Trailblazers. Igo, O'Donnell, and Crocker working hard to win that ball back, and they do, and Crocker controls it in midfield, and he switches the play looking for Woods, who comes to it, and he resets with Evan Hilby. Hilby finds Marino, who finds McDonald back to Hilby. Hilby to McDonald. McDonald surveying the field, and he plays it long to Crocker, and Crocker runs onto it. And Crocker's tripped up, but there's no call, and the Trailblazers will regain possession as they cross midfield, and that ball's played down the line, but stopped by Julian. It'll go out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Trailblazers. It'll be Junior Florent. Florent's throw-in right in front of his own bench. It's controlled by Medeiros, and McDonald looks for Julian to Medeiros. He finds Crocker, who finds O'Donnell, who will look to do something here. O'Donnell finds Crocker. Crocker to McDonald to O'Donnell, who finds Stevenson to Igo. A good build-up from the Seahawks here. Igo looking for Crocker, and that ball will go out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Trailblazers. It'll be Florent again. Florent's throw-in is won by Julian, and he plays it up. Igo flicks on to Stevenson, who loses it, and it's regained by the Trailblazers. It's Ian Ford Hunt, and he dumps it in. Hilby fighting for it, and he wins it. It'll be a throw-in. William Walkley will take the throw-in. And Medeiros bumps Garrett DeRosa, and it'll be a free kick at midfield for the Trailblazers, and they'll go quickly as that ball's played in. Julian wins the header. O'Donnell wins the second ball, and there's a chance. The shot from Khalil Kare goes wide. It'll be a goal kick for Francesco Boncaldo. Francisco standing at 6'3". And his left-footed goal kick is flicked on by Marino. And the Trailblazers win the second ball. Here's Issa Jola. And Jola will reset to Ryan Wennick, who finds Nieves. And Nieves will clear. And Marino finding he wins that one. He leaves it off to Medeiros, to O'Donnell, to McDonald. McDonald streaking through the middle of the field. He lays it off for Igo, and Igo's in there to chance down. Igo, he scores! Igo's 11th goal of the season. His 4th in 2 games. And the Seahawks pad their lead. It's now 4-0. Seahawks' 4th goal of the day matches the season high, the season total rather, for the Trailblazers. And it's controlled by the Trailblazers with 39.5 minutes remaining here in the second half. Marino wins that with a sliding tackle. And the Trailblazers look to build upfield, but Connor Woods, the hero so far, wins that one. It'll be a throw-in. It'll be Ryan Wennick, the junior from South Salem, New York. We're in the captain's band. Here's a running throw-in. It's a long one. He gets it into the box, and it's won by Medeiros. And a high kick is called on Garrett DeRoisa. It'll be a free kick from the Seahawks in their own box. 38.5 remaining here at Toppa Field. Medeiros goes short with his free kick, and he finds Evan Hilby, who will go back to Noah. Noah taking his time, and he clears. He finds Igo, who flicks it on for Evan McDonald. McDonald streaking down the left side. Back to Igo. Igo finds O'Donnell from 25 yards out, and he hits it wide. It'll be a goal kick for Holden Nieves. Then Nieves will go short to Wennick. Wennick finds Ian Ford Hunt. And Ford Hunt can't control it. It'll go out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Seahawks. It'll be Evan Hilby. Woods finds McDonald, and he can't hold on to it. And Nieves' his clearance is blocked by Stevenson, but regained by Ford Hunt. Ford Hunt finds Khalil Kare, who finds Junior Florent. Florent dancing around Crocker. And Florent holding on to it, and he dances around Crocker, and he has more space, and he will try and play it down the line. Intercepted by Julian. And Junior Florent will take another throw-in. Florent's throw-in goes to Garrett DeRoisa, and he's tripped up. But no foul is called, and it'll be a throw-in for the Seahawks. Throw-in goes to Crocker. And Julian and Medeiros will clear it out. Igo able to gain possession for the Seahawks. Igo trying to go long, and it's stopped by Florent, and it's a foul. Seahawks free kick from the 40-yard line just in front of the Trailblazer bench. And they'll go short. Medeiros will play along. And Ford Hunt able to knock it down. Ford Hunt plays it long. He finds DeRoisa. He's stopped by O'Donnell. O'Donnell trying to get it past Mateo Wurzberger, he can't do so. It'll be a throw in for the Seahawks. And McDonald controls that midfield. McDonald surveying his options. He looks for Stevenson. He's going to get there. Florent will touch it. It'll go out of play. It'll be a corner for the Seahawks. Their first of the second half. And it'll be Evan McDonald. McDonald leads the Commonwealth Coast Conference in assists. His corner kick goes right to Nieves. And there's a whistle. And the ball went out of bounds, and Nieves will play it short. Just controlled by Issa Jola. He finds Junior Florent. And it's Colin Rousseau. And Marino intercepts that pass. Here's McDonald. He finds Marino. Marino resets for Medeiros. Medeiros looking for options. And he chips it up to Woods. Woods to Stevenson. Looking for Igo. He finds him. Igo gets tripped up and it'll be a foul. And it'll be a free kick from about 30 yards out. Igo, Julian, and Steven and O'Donnell standing on the ball as Julian walks away, and Marino will join the attack. Three-man wall for the Trailblazers here. Igo plays it to Julian, who hits it with his left foot. It's a drive, and it's wide. Holden Nieves' free kick, goal kick, will go long, and it's intercepted by O'Donnell, who chests it forward. And O'Donnell looking for McDonald. There's a chance, he scores! Evan McDonald gets on the score sheet for the Seahawks. 2 quick goals in the first 11 minutes of this second half. O'Donnell. It's McDonald from O'Donnell. And the junior midfielder getting in on the scoring. And the Seahawks have opened it up. It's 5-0 here. 2 quick starts in both halves for the Seahawks. And Junior Florent will control it for the Trailblazers. Florent finds Issa Jola, and the Seahawks applying pressure. Here's Colin Rousseau. And he will go long. And it's flicked on by Matthew Blutow. Issa Jola wins that throw, and it'll go out of play. Hillby will do it again with 33:18 remaining. And there's an active Seahawk bench, as there's only a few players sitting down, as there's a foul on O'Donnell. It'll be Ryan Wennick, the junior captain, one of 2 captains on this squad. Colin Rousseau, the other captain. Trailblazers are coached by Adam Hildebrand. And Boncaldo getting in the action as he makes the save there. The sophomore. And his left-footed punt is controlled by the Trailblazers. But it's quickly intercepted by O'Donnell. And O'Donnell gets called for the foul, or was fouled. It'll be a free kick for the Seahawks and Noah Medeiros. He'll go short to Evan McDonald. McDonald trying to go long, but that's off the face of Franklin Cody. And Crocker surveying the field. He looks for O'Donnell, but it's quickly intercepted. Isajola to Junior Florent. And Julian clears. Stevenson looking to run onto it. He won't get there. It'll be a goal kick. Or a corner kick, rather, for the Seahawks. It'll be Evan McDonald. Second corner of the second half for the Seahawks. McDonald plays it in. Knocked out by Isajola. Julian plays it back in. It's intercepted by the Trailblazers, and they'll look to run. But Julian intercepts that pass intended for Matthew Bluetow, and it'll be a throw-in. It'll be Ian Fort Hunt. Fort Hunt finds Isajola. He's looking for options. He finds Junior Florent. Trailblazers looking to build up the field here. Fort Hunt intercepted by O'Donnell. And he resets. He finds Julian, who finds McDonald. McDonald looking for Stevenson down the line. He won't get to him. And Stevenson will end up getting there. He lays it off for Igo. And the Seahawks will reset. Julian to Medeiros. Medeiros finds Hilby. Hilby finds Woods with who had 3 first half goals. Marino intercepts that pass. He does it again. Isajola. Seahawks continuing to refuse to let the Trailblazers out of their own zone. Here's Woods. McDonald at the top of the box looking for Stevenson, and Nieves comes out to get it. Great pressure by the Seahawks there. Nieves finds Matthew Rangel. Wurzberger to Florent. And O'Donnell quickly gets the loose ball. O'Donnell streaking up the right side. And he comes central. And he switches the field to Connor Woods, who runs onto it at the 20. Woods' his left foot across is in the box. Stevenson is there. And it's a weak shot that's gobbled up by Nieves. How many saves does he have? 12. That's the 12th save on the afternoon for Holden Nieves. He's been very busy. And his opposite counterpart, Francisco Boncaldo, rolls it out to John Julian after receiving the pass back. Here's Crocker. He finds a running McDonald, who plays in space to Stevenson. Stevenson going towards goal. There's a chance for Owen. He scores! Another goal for Owen Stevenson. And the Seahawks have opened it up. McDonald.
Yeah, would you count that was
And that's the 9th goal of the season for Owen Stevenson. And the Seahawks have scored 3 in each half.
Salve Regina goal scored by number 11, Owen Stevenson. From number 14, Evan McDonald.
Great ball from Evan McDonald there. And Nat Crocker will exit for the freshman, Matt Warshaw. Warshaw, the freshman from Madison, New Jersey. And Rich Ventura enters for Jordan Elster. And Warshaw getting into the action early as his shot is wide. Ventura saw some time in the first half. And Jimmy Dalton will re-enter for Connor Woods. Of course, who had those 3 quick goals in the first half. As he gets a loud ovation from the Salve faithful here at Toppa Field. Nieves' goal kick is intercepted by McDonald. Isajola trying to find space, and it's quickly stopped by Dalton. Dalton is tripped up, but the Seahawks have the advantage as Warshaw takes it into the corner. He approaches the 18-yard box and he resets. He finds McDonald, who Maradona's through DeRoisa, and he's fouled. And it'll be Evan McDonald on the free kick. McDonald's free kick is curled and it goes wide. And it'll be a goal kick for the Trailblazers. Seahawks have a conference tilt on Wednesday evening at Roger Williams, 7 p.m. And Roger Williams currently sitting 2-1 in CCC play, but 12-1 overall. And they have the second best overall record in the conference, next to the Seahawks. The Seahawks, of course, 10 wins and 0 losses with 2 ties. 26-20 remaining here at Toppa. The Seahawks lead 6-0 on 3 first-half goals and 3 second-half goals. All 3 first-half goals from Connor Woods. Donald Igo, Evan McDonald, and Owen Stevenson getting on the score sheet in the second half. And it's controlled by the Trailblazers. Ian Ford Hunt. He finds Nick Castle. And Marino intercepts that, and he finds McDonald at midfield. McDonald lays it for Lester, who finds Dalton. Dalton to McDonald, who finds Warshaw. Warshaw to Stevenson, who's tripped up and loses it. And that ball is deflected, and it will go out of play. And Matt O'Donnell will rejoin us for Nolan Marino. And that ball's thrown in. And Broussard clears. And DeRoisa breaks it down with his knee. And Franklin Cody, and they will reset and play it long to, but Boncaldo will smother that ball. And the long left-footed punt from Boncaldo is to Warshaw. Stevenson fighting for it, but he can't regain possession. And the clearance is whiffed by Ian Ford Hunt. Warshaw to McDonald. Jimmy Dalton with a left-footed shot. It's saved, and it goes wide. Stevenson got a deflection there. Dalton looking to get on the score sheet here on Senior Day. As it's been all Seahawks here so far. Nieves plays it short to Ian Hunt. And Stevenson quickly intercepts that ball. Stevenson to Warshaw at the top of the box. Warshaw with a right-footed shot that's saved by Nieves. Junior Florent. His pass is intercepted by Ventura, and it goes out of play. And there'll be a substitution as Evan McDonald will exit. And Jacob Guerra, the sophomore, will replace him. Stevenson can't control that. It'll be a throw-in. 23-10 remaining here. It's Guerra. That ball's cleared. It goes right to Medeiros. Medeiros looking for his options. He finds Julian, who finds O'Donnell. O'Donnell's pass is knocked down by Ryan Wennick, and it'll be a throw-in. Here's John Julian. Medeiros knocks that ball down. Evan Hilby to Jacob Guerra, who finds Jimmy Dalton down the line. Dalton cutting in. Dalton still going. He's stopped by Ian Ford Hunt, then cleared. Medeiros resetting. And O'Donnell comes in, takes that ball. O'Donnell, long pass to Dalton. Dalton, a great tackle there from Matthew Blutow. It'll be a throw-in. Here's Lester. Battling with Nick Castle, and Castle comes up with it, but he dumps it down to Julian, who dumps it back in. Guerra trying to get there, he can't. Junior Florent controls that, and he finds Issa Jolau. Jolau switching the field. Looking for Colin Rousseau, who finds Ian Ford Hunt, and he's pressured by Stevenson and Dalton. And it's cleared out, and it'll be a throw for the Seahawks at midfield in Evan Hilby. Here's Guerra. He finds Medeiros, who finds Lester, who loses it. As the Trailblazers will look to build here on a counter. Julian will run that ball down, and he'll just clear it out. It'll be a throw-in. And here's a throw-in for the Trailblazers. It's a long one into the box. And Medeiros able to clear it out. And Ventura will look to build for the Seahawks. Ventura eyeing Warshaw. And Stevenson, he finds Dalton streaking down the left side. Dalton's cross is cleared out. Hilby controls it. His pass was intended for Dalton, but it goes off of O'Donnell and goes out of play. Throw in here for the Trailblazers. 20 minutes remaining here at Toppa Field. Seahawks in control. As Jimmy Dalton controls the midfield, he's fouled by Garrett DeRoisa. And Medeiros on the ball. He plays it to Stevenson. Stevenson leaves it for Dalton, who back to Stevenson. Stevenson going down the left side. His left foot across is gobbled up by Poland Nieves. Nieves approaching the 20-save plateau in this contest. And Nieves' punt is knocked down by Lester. And Marino controls it. It goes to O'Donnell. O'Donnell to Guerra. And Guerra leaves it for Dalton, who streaks down the left side. Jimmy Dalton. His cross is deflected, stays with Guerra. And now to Stevenson. Stevenson to Lester. Lester to Dalton. Dalton's left-footed drive is saved by Nieves. A great left-footed shot from Dalton there, and a great build-up for the Seahawks. And it's controlled by the Trailblazers now. As that pass is intercepted by John Julian. And Owen Stevenson will be replaced by Alessandro Oggiano. Ogiano's a freshman from Stoughton, Massachusetts. And it's controlled by him as he gets in the action right away. He finds Jake Aguera, who leaves it for Dalton on the left side. Dalton finds Ogiano. Ogiano's left-footed pass is out of bounds, intended for Warshaw. It'll be a throw-in for the Trailblazers. It'll be Ian Ford Hunt. Ford Hunt had a checker in Nick Castle, and he throws it long. And it's knocked down by Lester. It goes to Ogiano. Ogiano brings it down. And that ball is cleared out as Dalton will let it roll. Dalton will hand it off to Evan Hilby. Hilby has O'Donnell and Dalton right in front of him. And he goes to Warshaw. Warshaw to Dalton. Dalton can't handle the pass, and it'll go to Nick Castle. And the Seahawks regain possession. It's Rich Ventura. Ventura finding Ogiano down the line. He gets past one, and his touch will go out of play. And it'll be a goal kick. Hole in the Aves is goal kick with 16:45 remaining here at Toppa Field. His goal kick goes nowhere as Dalton comes out to get it. Dalton finds Warshaw. Warshaw with a double brush. And it's cleared. Evan Hilby controls it at midfield. Hilby leaves it for Lester. Lester surveying his options. And he'll play it long to Julian. Back to Hilby. Hilby finds Dalton. Dalton is stopped on a slide tackle by Matthew Blutow, but Warshaw comes out with it. Seahawks heavily favoring this left side in the second half. And that ball will stay in play as it now goes out of bounds. Lester picks up the throw in quickly and gives it to Hilby. Hilby to Guerra. Back to Lester. Lester playing with it, loses it. Nick Castle dribbles out of bounds. And there'll be a substitution for both teams. As Matthew Warshaw will exit. It'll be Corey Urban who enters. Urban's freshman from Hope, Rhode Island. As Jimmy Dalton takes his throw in. And he throws it into Urban, who gets in the action right away. And he turns to the outside. Battling with Rousseau. It's cleared out by Ford Hunt. Seahawks controlling with Lester. Here's Dalton. Back to Lester. Lester switches the field to O'Donnell, who leaves it for Julian. Julian finds Ogiano, who finds O'Donnell, who's tripped up, but play continues. Issa Jola goes back to Hole in the Aves, whose left-footed clearance doesn't go very far. Jake Aguera wins it to Rich Ventura. And it's controlled by the Trailblazers as that pass is intercepted quickly by John Julian. Rich Ventura to Matt O'Donnell. O'Donnell down the line for Guerra, who's streaking. And it'll be a throw-in for the Seahawks. And Alessandro Ogiano will go back to center back as Noah Medeiros exits. And Warshaw re-enters after a short break. Jimmy Dalton controlling that one in the box. His left-footed drive is saved by Holland Nieves. Another big save for Holland. As Matthew O'Donnell will exit with 13:30 remaining. He'll be replaced by Pat Haggerty. And Ventura's header is out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Holland Nieves and the Trailblazers. Goal kick goes to midfield, and it's won by Guerra. Isajola controlling that ball. Warshaw working hard with Isajola. Isajola controlling it. Isajola trying to shield off Warshaw. He can't do so. Warshaw intercepts it. And now he controls. And Warshaw will reset. He finds Julian, who dumps it in. And it will run out of play. It'll be a goal kick for the Trailblazers.
Entering match for the Trailblazers, number 12, Franklin Cody.
Franklin Cody will re-enter. .12 remaining here at Toppa Field. Seahawks in control. They lead this one 6-0. 3 first-half goals from Connor Woods and 3 second-half goals from Donald Igo, Evan McDonald, and Owen Stevenson. And it's controlled by the Trailblazers and Matthew Rangel. Rangel plays it long, and Julian runs it down. Jimmy Dalton keeps it in with his shoulder as he fights off Garrett DeRoisa. It'll go out of play. It'll be a throw-in. It'll be Ian Fort Hunt for Blue Toe, who plays it up. Ogiano battling for that one, and Dalton will clear it as Warshaw will approach Isajola in front of the Seahawk bench. Isajola trying to dribble out of trouble. He's done so far. Isajola continuing to dribble out of pressure, and he does so successfully. But Ventura gets there. Hegarty finds Ventura, who finds Lester. To Guerra, who cuts back. To Lester. And it's controlled by the Trailblazers. The ball's deflected off the head of Ventura, and it'll go out of play. It'll be a throw in for the Trailblazers at midfield. That's a long throw, but Ogiano gets there. And he deflects it out of bounds. So we get a stoppage in play and a substitution for the Seahawks. And Jimmy Dalton will exit to an ovation.
Matthew Randall. Entering for Salve Regina, number 12, Ryan Brady.
And Ryan Brady, the freshman, will enter for the first time. Here's a throw in for the Trailblazers. Guerra's clearance goes nowhere, and that ball is out of play, and it'll be a goal kick as that ball goes onto Middleton Ave.
Entering the match for Salve Regina, number 15, Gordon Galdish.
And Gordon Galdish will enter. He'll replace John Julian. Public address announcer Matt Hurd spoke before the game during the ceremony about John Julian's ability to play every position. And this season he's been mainly a forward, but he played center back for 80 minutes in this contest. Ogiano plays it back to Boncaldo.
And I think we're seeing curtain calls one by one here for the seniors who have remained on the field here in the second half.
Here's Evan Hilby. He finds Brady. And a nice little move there from Pat Haggerty. And he runs down the line and he finds Warshaw. Warshaw cutting in. His shot is saved by Holland Nieves.
Warshaw's been really good since he's checked into this match. Been a pest on that left side, harassing Trailblazers for the ball.
And a lot of freshmen on the field here for the Seahawks as Most of their seniors have exited. The only senior remaining, Richie Lester.
Entering the match for the Trailblazers, number 14, Ryan Powers.
With 8 minutes remaining. And you talked about that pregame ceremony. During that ceremony, one of the things said about Richie Lester was how he is the unquestioned leader of this team. Out here right now with a bunch of young guns. Wonder if we'll maybe see him go the rest of the way just to kind of anchor this unit.
That's Hegarty streaking past midfield. He finds Ventura streaking down the line, and it will run out of play in front of the Seahawk bench. Isajolo's throw-in is won by the Seahawks. Evan Hilby. He'll be looking for Lester. Lester gets there, and he will not get there. And that ball's knocked out of play by Ryan Powers. Ryan Powers just entered the game from Danby, Vermont. And Richie Lester will exit. And he will give his captain's band to Jacob Guerra. And Brendan Coyle, the sophomore, will enter for Richie Lester. As all of the seniors have exited this one with 6:45 remaining here in regulation. And Coyle getting into the action right away.
These are important minutes for some of these guys. I mean, it's 6-0, obviously, in terms of this game. I think the result is pretty much in hand here for the Seahawks, but for these guys who have seen limited action all season long, you got 6 minutes to come out here and maybe prove a little something to head coach Craig O'Rourke.
To give some players.
You got 9 seniors graduating.
A lot of leaders, a lot of minutes up for grabs right now for these players on the field. As Evan Hilby controls for the Seahawks. As Ian Ford Hunt waits to take the throw-in.
And in the match for the Trailblazers, number 25, Brandon Iba.
As Brandon Iba, the sophomore from Lynn, Mass, enters the contest for the first time with 5.5 remaining. Ian Ford Hunt's throw-in is controlled by Jacob Stewart. And the Seahawks control in Ryan Brady. Brady with a Maradona down the line looking for Warshaw. This pass is intercepted, but Warshaw working hard as he does. Warshaw, he comes out with it. And he was surveying his options. He finds Brendan Coyle. 2 finds Brady. Guerra. Guerra finds Ventura. Ventura dancing on that line. He finds Guerra. Guerra back to Ventura. It'll be a throw-in for the Seahawks.
That's just great work. We talk all the time about the Seahawks, their first 11, the way they have patience and composure and possess the ball and connect multiple passes. And you saw it there from this second unit, calmly coming in and just making the little simple plays, simple passes. Very much in control of what they're trying to do.
Well, they go against the first team every day in practice.
Who better to learn from?
As it's a good chance for Warshaw, and it goes wide.
Warshaw's played really well here in the second half. I know I said it before, but
Warshaw definitely a workhorse, and he with big leads. That shot, it's a drive, and it's a great save by Roland Nieves.
He's been all over the place from the get-go.
Gordon Galdish getting into the action, and you said it, Andrew. Roland Nieves with a number of saves, keeping this deficit at just 6. And here's the corner for the Seahawks as it goes long, and it will go. It will stay in. Ryan Brady trying to keep it in. It'll be a throw in for the Seahawks. Here's Brendan Coyle. He finds Ventura. Ventura's shot on the ground is blocked by the Trailblazers and cleared by the Trailblazers. Hilby. He finds Galdish. Galdish finds Guerra. Guerra loses it to Isajola. And here's a throw in. Warshaw controlling it. He finds Ventura. Ventura to Galdish. Ogiano looking for Hilby. Hilby at midfield. Seahawks swinging it around to Ryan Brady. Brady to Coyle. Coyle to Warshaw, who puts it through the legs of Brandon Ebe, who was fouled. And it'll be a free kick for the Seahawks at the 20-yard line. It'll be Warshaw. Warshaw's free kick is curled in. And Isajola with a good diving header out, and it'll be a corner for the Seahawks, and Warshaw will take this one as well. With 99 seconds remaining here at Toppa Field, and that ball is played in. Ventura trying to fight for it. There's a scrum in front, and Guerra can't keep it in. And it's controlled by the Trailblazers no longer, as that ball is dribbled out of play by Jacob Stewart. It's a throw in for Rich Ventura in front of the Seahawk bench. She throws it in. Warshaw fighting with Isajola, and it will be a corner kick for the Seahawks, their 5th of the second half.
The Seahawks right now just burying the Trailblazers on their end of the field. A minute away from their 7th shutout of the season.
1 minute left in the half.
Here's the corner from the Seahawks. Brady playing it back in. Trying to keep it alive was Urban. And Jacob Stewart will take it 1-on-6. As Galdish clears, goes right to Guerra. Guerra. Here's Ogiano, and he will swing it around for Evan Hilby. Hilby on his right foot. He plays it to Brady. Brady controlling it with 15 remaining. Coyle. Coyle will take it down the line as he will play it in with his left foot. It's Coyle again, and that ball will go out of play, and that will do it here from Toppa Field. The Seahawks getting their 7th shutout of the season, their 11th win of the season in 13 contests. They remain unbeaten in this 2018 campaign.
Well, a great win here for the Seahawks on Senior Day, and it was a senior, Connor Woods, who really got the thing rolling here for Salve. 3 goals in the first half. He was just a monster on the right side. He actually ended up staying on this side of the field the entire game. They played him at right and at left wing, and just a monster first half for him. The Seahawks never looked back from there. Can't say enough, though, about the efforts of freshman Holvin Nieves, Sal. He was excellent. I mean, if not for some of the spectacular saves that he made, this could have been a much more lopsided score. So a bright spot there for MCLA, even though they are winless still, 0-11-1. Bright future ahead for the freshman keeper for the Trailblazers.
You said it, Andrew. 0-11-1 for the MCLA Trailblazers. 4 goals scored on the season. It's been tough sledding, and they're kind of the polar opposites of the Seahawk club we've been watching all season.
A very young team met a very experienced team here today. 9 seniors for the Seahawks were honored before the game, and the Seahawks went out and took care of business. 6-0 your final, Salve Regina over MCLA. Next up for the Seahawks, they have 3 games on the road. At Roger Williams, a big CCC match, at LaSalle, and then at Wentworth on October 17th. That game, a 7 p.m. start in Boston, and then home against Gordon College on October 20th. That game slated for a 12 p.m. start at Brother Reynolds Field. I'd like to thank you all for joining and listening with us here today. Once again, your final Salve Regina 6, MCLA nothing for Sal Gualtieri. I am Andrew Pizzelli. Have a good night and afternoon, everyone.